bring it here and I position my chest towards it and present it, then I've controlled it. Versus here. Because I've got this mechanical backlash in my body, and now I've got to bring this leg around. One of the things that you want to do when you're doing these drills is that you want to make sure that between presentation and movement, that you do not keep your hands, and you see this all the time when people doing movement drills, is they keep a forward presentation the entire time. So start doing, move to engage in that direction, but keep your hands out.
Oh, keep my hands out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens is come back into a seated position, is that if you are in a room, if something's happened and you've fallen down, and let's say that you've fallen down and you have to get back up, what people will do is they will constantly train to be on the gun doing these movements, and so they will always have it presented, and then under stress, what are they going to do? They're going to present the firearm while they're doing the movement, because they've done it over and over and over again.
Right.
Between presentation, between firing at your target and transitioning to another target or transitioning to a point of safety or whatever it is with your movement, it needs to come into a close tuck there and then be able to present. And the reason for that is to keep yourself safe, that when you're doing the movements, you're not flailing all over the place. But the other part of it is that if I am an attacker and I come up on you and you're moving, and movement is dynamic. Hold on, don't move. Moving is dynamic. So movement is unstable and it's dynamic. So when you're moving, you're at the least stable point, and you've got a firearm presented out. Make sense?
Yes.
So now you've got dynamic movement, an unstable body, and an unstable pistol, and a third party or a second party coming in and attacking it. What's going to happen?
You'd be disarmed.
You're going to be disarmed. You bring the pistol in between your movements so that as you do your movement transition, if anything were to happen where a second party were to come up and attack you, that if you get knocked down, that pistol is in your chest, and all you have to do is orient your chest towards the direction of the attacker and begin firing, either from close tuck or a full presentation.
Sure.
So watch out real quick. As I do the movements, here, if I have to fire, but I want to transition to move over there, I'm going to keep it close in. Move here in the way of the camera. I'm going to keep it close in, and then I'm going to do my presentation. If I need to move back in this direction, I'm going to bring the firearm back in, do it, come back, and then make my decision. Because if I have the gun all the way out here, and I need to engage that over there, what is easier for me to do? Here, now I've hit my leg, and I still have an attack coming in, or if it's in here, to roll and begin firing. So that's why between transitions, we want to keep it. If I'm here and I want to go up and I'm not firing, I want to bring it back to me. Then make my transition, be able to fire, and then if I need to move back, I'm going to bring it back in so that if a third party comes in and attacks it, it isn't grabbed, so it doesn't get knocked into a wall, whatever it may be. I'm going to bring it back in. Now it's in my workspace. I might have to reload, whatever it is, so I'm going to bring it back in. That's when I'm going to move. Then I'm going to fire. Make sense?
Yes.
So go ahead and try it. That loose movement, even when you have body parts that are out, that's added weight. So if you've got a body part forward and you need to move to the side, now you've got, pounds of flesh that are forward of you instead of tucked up against your body. Make sense?
Yes.
So that's why you bring it back in, then you move, then you present, instead of going all the way out here, swinging around, because what's going to happen, your repeatability on the firearm is going to go off, because, watch out, if I'm here, if I'm in this position right here, and I need to fire, I need to kneel and fire in the opposite direction. Here, my repeatability, because I want to get eyes on target as quick as possible. That's why I talk about machines a lot, because machines, you want to get down to that accuracy and it's movement accuracy. How many times can I get to this fine point as quick as possible and not overshoot it? So if I'm here and I need to deal with something over there, if I bring it here and I position my chest towards it and present it, then I've controlled it. Versus here, because I've got this mechanical backlash in my body, and now I've got to bring this leg around. What has happened? I'm off to the side. By the time I do that, now I have to recorrect my fire. Versus transition over there, boom, boom. I can be firing from here, but I can face my threat, drop to the knee, and come out. So that's why when we look at repeatability and being able to use movement to get on target quickly, there's a reason why machines would prefer to contract, move, extend versus move.
Sure.
It's a time thing, and it's refining of movement. So when you move, if you have to take your time to pick or select a new target or something's happening, you're engaging, you need to deal with over there, you can bring it back in, do your reload while you go down. Get back into the fight and work. Versus here, gun didn't go click. Oh shit, now I gotta do a reload.
Right.
Back into the fight.
Right.
So it's about refining that movement and taking you off the line of fire of your enemy and changing your levels and changing your three-dimensional movement. That's when you start to get quicker in transition. Not quicker on the trigger, but quicker in your transition in an active space. It's like if you had to fight somebody and you were coming from that direction. What would I do? Would I go, oh, he's coming from that direction?
No.
And then do that?
Not at all.
So if your entire thought process for fighting is that I'm going to square to my threat, then I'm going to fight, then why would I train my pistol differently?
Right.
I want to square to my threat. I don't have to bring it all the way back to a close tuck. I can bring it right in midline.
Sure.
And then work. But the idea is that I'm going to take the same thing that we do for fighting, which is squaring to the threat
Right.
here, and I'm just going to do the same thing with my firearm. But I can change directions,
All right.
grab the leg or whatever. So go ahead and work from standing, and